So that was the scale study from my primary studies for guitar. And of course it deals with scale playing. Scale playing is an important component of technical study, and it's something that we do in common with every other instrumentalist and vocalists. If we are undertaking the serious study of music, part of that is playing scales. Various different reasons for that. For us on the guitar, one of them is to learn the fingerboard. Another one is to familiarize ourselves with left-hand fingering patterns that are used in the tonal music that we play most of the time. And the real power, I think, that comes from the study of scales is that we take all of these discrete technical elements, things such as string crossings, things such as left hand and right hand positioning and movement, just fundamental aspects of technique, alternation in the right hand, synchronization of the two hands together. And all these things have to come together in order to play even the simplest of scales in a way that's lyrical, legato, sounds good. An important consideration with this particular study, and actually anytime we run into scale passages in the repertoire, is that of fingering. Alternation is the standard technique, and I and M being the most commonly used. However, we also can alternate with I and A and with M and A. In addition, using three-finger patterns, using the thumb and scale playing, all of these things are options for us. But by and large, most of what we do is IM alternation, either IM or MI. When I say IM, I mean we could start on either finger, alternating those two fingers. Having a definite fingering, having a conscious fingering is really important, and I think the biggest consideration for deciding what finger to start on in an alternation passage is making sure that the string crossings work out. So for example, if we're going from the third string to the second string, it's a lot easier to do that using IM than it is MI, although it's not impossible. It's just a little more awkward. Conversely, if I'm going towards the ceiling, then it's easier to go MI than it is to go IM. So that's a consideration. So for example, with these first four notes, I might want to start that with the M finger, MI, M, so that change from the third to the second string is negotiated with IM rather than MI. However, in this longer passage, for example, I want to start that with my I finger, even though that gives me an awkward string crossing here, because I want to play the last three notes on the second and first string, IMI. That's much easier. So it's a bit of a compromise, and that often happens. You can't always get rid of uncomfortable string crossings, but you can minimize them. Another option in something like this is to use the A finger. For example, I M A M I M I. might be a way to get rid of that awkward string crossing in the middle of that passage. I think what's important in a piece like this is that you work out a fingering and you commit to it in the right hand the same way you would a left hand fingering. We often do that. We have specific left hand fingerings that we practice every time we play a piece, but sometimes we don't make our right hand fingerings as conscious, and I think that's a mistake. I think it's really important to work those out as well. The vast majority of our playing is done with free stroke. For that reason, I think we should concentrate very heavily on the use of the free stroke in most of our technical study. That being said, this study and other scale study as well could be practiced with rest stroke. Another possibility is to use different alternations rather than I and M. If you want to really work on your M and A alternations, for example. Or I and A. You could also practice these other alternation fingerings with rest stroke as well. But I think it's really important to pay a lot of attention to both the IM alternation as well as free stroke first, making sure that's really intact, since that's how we do most of our playing.